Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. I pray for you all. God give you a long life and you live always happily there. Please like and share this video and also subscribe my YouTube channel. I have a request to you all. Watch this video till end for supporting me. So let's start with the information. These are some updates on Dinar.
Before starting the video, I have to tell you something. Go to google.com and search dinaropinions.com and open this site. Here you can see the latest news, Dinar opinions, and Dinar Guru updates on a single page. So visit this site for more information.
Article quote, he expressed hope for the fourth round of negotiations to take place in the first quarter of the coming year, emphasizing that this acceleration indicates that negotiations are progressing very quickly towards Iraq's accession to the WTO, with Iraq being an important economic entity, and all countries eager for Iraq to re-emerge as a key player in the multilateral trading system. The World Trade Organization is an international body that deals with trade rules between nations. Established in 1995, its main goal is to ensure that trade flows as smoothly and predictably as possible. Now, you might think that joining the WTO is the only way for a country to change its trade rates. But here's the catch: full accession to the WTO is not required for a country to adjust its tariffs or rates. In fact, many countries modify their trade rates without being WTO members. Let's look at some examples. Take the case of the United States and its trade policies. The U.S. makes changes to its tariffs and trade rates regularly, all while being a prominent member of the WTO. However, it is important to note that this does not mean that the WTO has absolute control over what rates the U.S. sets. Countries often have their own reasons for altering rates, which can stem from domestic policies, economic conditions, or political factors. Another example is China. While China is a WTO member, it has adjusted its tariffs outside of WTO requirements. For instance, during trade negotiations with other countries, China has raised or lowered tariffs independently. This leads us to the question, why do countries navigate their trade rates this way? One reason is economic necessity. If a country's economy is struggling, it might need to reduce tariffs to encourage foreign imports, which can help lower prices for consumers. On the flip side, if a country is trying to protect its local industries, it could raise tariffs to limit foreign competition. Now let's shift our focus to the implications of this. When countries change their trade rates independently, it can lead to trade wars. For example, the recent trade disputes between the U.S. and China resulted in significant tariff changes on both sides, impacting global markets. And here's where it gets interesting: those changes often happen outside the WTO's influence. This leads to unpredictability in global trade. Countries have to stay alert to adapt to these changes, which can cause uncertainty for businesses trying to plan their international operations. At this point, you might be wondering about the role of the WTO in handling disputes around these changes. One of the WTO's functions is to provide a platform for countries to resolve trade disagreements. But if a country decides to adjust its rates without consultation or notification, it can bypass these processes. Therefore, the question remains, why does this system not require full WTO accession for rate changes? The answer is layered. First, allowing countries some freedom to adjust their trade rates can foster economic flexibility. Second, it encourages nations to negotiate directly with each other. Direct negotiations can sometimes yield quicker results than dealing with multiple layers of international bureaucracy. So, what can we take away from all this? The WTO plays a vital role in promoting fair trade, but it is not the only path countries can take when it comes to their tariffs. Many nations successfully navigate trade without being bound by WTO rules. And this could make you think, what does that mean for future international trade? Finally, it's essential to remember that while the WTO is important, the global trade environment is dynamic. Countries might choose to act independently based on varying economic needs. And as trade continues to evolve, it will be interesting to see how nations balance their own interests with global collaboration. But let's shift gears here. If you're enjoying this content and finding it helpful, give this video a thumbs up. Also, sharing this video with friends could spark some amazing discussions about international trade. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever heard of countries changing their trade rates without being in the WTO? Share your insights or examples. So, to wrap things up, the full accession to the WTO has never been a requirement for trade rate changes. Countries have the power to navigate their own paths, creating unique trade landscapes. As we've seen today, understanding this dynamic is vital for anyone interested in economics or global trade. So keep exploring, keep learning, and who knows what amazing connections you'll discover next in the world of international trade. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.